Aloha and shalom. We're here for the new moon activation, you guys. So the new moon is all about a new beginning. We're stepping into a new cycle, a new theme. So last week was the final quarter. That was all about closing off one cycle and preparing for a new one, which is beginning now. So this message that we're going to receive today will apply for right now. It will apply to right now and the week ahead. And then we will get together again next week for the first quarter. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle while you guys tune in. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from the Verde Valley, Arizona. Where in the world are you? Phoenix in the house. What's up, Cindy? All right, so just starting off by acknowledging that we're stepping into the new moon, that dark sky should feel like a fresh slate. It really helps to know where you're at, okay? The moon is a great way to just have an anchor in where you're at. What part of the cycle are we at? It's a new beginning. It's really important to know that this is where we're at so that we can embrace the incoming energies and let go of the previous. And remember, you guys, for those of you who are here for the first time, the deck is you, and each card is a different aspect of yourself, okay? The deck is also the collective consciousness, and each card a different aspect of that. The deck is like a brain, and each card is a different neural pathway. So there are lots of ways to look at it, but know that when you're shuffling, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's all an intuitive process, but it's about understanding what the cards represent. That's the only thing that matters. You have to know what they represent so that when you're working with them, when you're shuffling them, when you're pulling them, when you are decoding them, you know what you're working with, right? That's the most important thing. So what I do when I'm shuffling is I imagine, okay, I'm calling all parts of the self present. I'm waking them all up. And that's how I know when I'm ready, when I feel complete with shuffling. I feel fully present, whole, activated, like I've brought everyone to the table and no one's left out. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Okay, giving thanks in advance to the archetypes, faces of the one, for this message that's about to come through. That means thank you, thank me, thank we, thank the one for this message of guidance that's about to come through. And remember, all of the answers are already within you, obviously. And so when we pull the cards, they're showing us what is important to look at so that we can get rid of all the extra stuff going on in our heads, the extraneous thoughts. Okay, we're getting clear on the situation and what exactly we need to do right now. Because as humans, we have all this extra stuff floating around, okay? So we want to decipher what is truth and what is not. What is just absolute BS that I'm focusing on, things that I'm holding on to that are clouding my vision from seeing, from having laser focus on what it is I need to be focused on. All right, so beginning with the challenge and gift at the time of this new moon. So new theme for the month is this. And something we're launching from, stepping away from, so we can let go of it, but not so much let go of it, but really free our energy up so that we can focus on the new challenge and gift. And why we're going through this month. And as always, the main Hebrew letter ally of the week. All right. Beginning with the challenge and gift. Thank you. Right away, we start off with the Major Arcanum card. And this time is so potent. Every one-on-one reading I've done in the last few days has been all Major Arcanum, court cards, super powerful themes. So I trust you're all feeling that too. So right away, we start off with a major arcanum card, the Empress, otherwise known as the Unveiled Isis. And if this is the challenge and gift, it's asking us to look at how are we either connected to or disconnected from our birthright of abundance. Okay, how are we disconnected from this idea that everything we need is within us? Anything we could possibly desire, we have the ability to manifest? Or are we disconnected from that? What are the reasons you've come away from that? What are the reasons you've fallen from this connectedness to your inherent birthright of abundance and prosperity, fertility, joy? Okay, so it's all those things. Why do you believe? First of all, you may already say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm super connected to my birthright of abundance. How can you be more strongly connected to it? How have you maybe taken advantage of this? How have you maybe slipped and need now to reaffirm your birthright of abundance? Because we're all experiencing this theme on some part of that spectrum, okay? So either you're already connected to it, but maybe you're taking advantage and you can reconnect from a fresh and humble space, or you haven't been connecting to it enough. You've been really disconnected. You've been telling yourself you're less than, you're not worthy. That looks like root chakra fears, not feeling secure in this reality, in your home, in your body, in your situation, maybe in your relationships, in your job, okay? We want to reframe the way our thoughts are beginning to lean toward victimization. We want to move from victimization to empowerment. We want to reconnect to the truth that we have free will and is our choices that lead us to the situation we find ourselves in. So how can you reconnect to your birthright of abundance? Okay, 3 is also about action. 3 is about action. So how can you take action in ways that are going to show the universe that you absolutely believe that you can attract your desires, that you can magnetize your desires to you? Remembering first that they already exist. There's nothing new under the sun. All energy is recycled. So perhaps you've been trying too hard, okay? This is also a major theme lately, is that it's like when you go to catch a butterfly, right? It's going to keep flying away. Don't try so hard. Be still and let it land on you. This is such a simple truth, yet we are constantly as humans forgetting it and forgetting it and forgetting it. Okay, so how are you maybe taking actions in a way that's too much, in a way that's trying too hard? Work smarter, not harder. And it first starts within. It starts in your mind. How can I realign with the mentality and belief in my inherent birthright of abundance, prosperity, joy? We need to believe that we are worthy. We need to believe that, of course, we can have it, that we don't need to create it. It already exists, and we need to magnetize ourselves to it. How do we do that? By fine-tuning our frequency. We have everything we need within us to do that. And from there, we attract that reality to us. This is not like some woo-woo, law of attraction conference I'm giving you here. It's simple science. Of course, the more your thoughts are going, man, I don't deserve that, I'm not worthy, telling old stories, the more you're going to miss opportunities to actually create the life that you want, because the opportunities are already there. You're just not seeing them. You're not receptive to them because your frequency is in a space that's not in alignment. It's really simple. Again, you don't need to be a law of attraction coach or life coach, master manifester to understand this. You're either being present in a state of positivity, aware, so that when the ever-present opportunities come your way, you're present enough to say yes. You're not sitting in a victim consciousness, closing yourself up, contracting, unable to even receive what's right before you. Okay, so this is the focus right now. This is the challenge and gift. So anytime you feel yourself contracting, expand. Remember, none of this is even real. Everything in your life is a catalyst for you to make light of the situation. Everything in life is a catalyst for you to alchemize vice into virtue. So anytime you feel yourself contracting, amazing. That's an opportunity for you to go, I choose expansion. And tip the scales, neutralize that energy. Anytime you have a thought that says, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, don't go, oh, woe is me, and continue into that pit. But instead go, oh, I'm so excited because I caught myself. I became aware. I stepped into my observer's mind and I said, no, I'm not going to think that anymore because that's not true. And I'm going to neutralize that thought of I'm not worthy to, of course I am. Of course I can have this. I just have to choose it. Okay, so we're looking at the shadow side of the Empress and the light side of the Empress. And anytime a shadow aspect turns up, we're not upset about it. We're using it as a catalyst to transform the energy from the darkness to the light, okay? So when we feel like we don't have this energy, we don't feel fertile and blessed and prosperous and joyful, that's fine. It's an opportunity to put forth the effort to transform our own thoughts, shift the way we speak, because our words are what brings our thoughts into manifestation. Okay, so we're going to take action. 3, action. We're going to take conscious action to shift our thoughts, our speech, and our behaviors to move from this place of unworthiness or maybe you've gotten too comfortable, right? Just like contentment, into absolute gratitude, into absolute reclamation of our innate birthright for prosperity and abundance. Okay, we're moving away from, and there you have it, okay? Right away, we have a major arcanum. Now we have a court card. It's an ace. Ace of Pentacles. And Pentacles is the suit of thoughts to things, mind to matter. It's the creative suit. And aces are initiations. So this energy, right, it's in the past. It's what we're stepping away from. It's reaffirming what we just said. Work smarter, not harder. Stop trying to create a new thing, create the next thing. Remember, everything already exists. Attune yourself to that reality. So it's just further affirming, okay? This was the card of the past, what we need to free up so that we can come present to this. Stop trying so hard. Stop trying to make new things happen. Stop trying to create more things. Understand, again, nothing is new under the sun. Everything is the same original energy being transformed. So work with that. Don't work harder, work smarter. And when you come present and you come to this place of your birthright to abundance, to prosperity, you go, oh yeah, I just need to tap into that remembrance. And from that place of remembrance, I'm really going to operate from a solid foundation. Because if I don't have that remembrance locked in and I just keep trying to create the next thing, create, I'm not even in alignment with the absolute truth that all energy is, no energy is created or destroyed, it's only transformed. If I can't get with that truth, then all of my pursuits will be futile. Again, work smarter, not harder is the key here. Why we're going through this, and I done told you guys at the beginning of this video, every single one-on-one reading I've done this week has been all major arcanum cards and court cards. There you have it. We have 3 tarot cards out on the deck and 1 Hebrew letter. We have a major arcanum and 2 court cards. This is how it is this week. So powerful energy. We have the King of Swords. And this is why we're going through this, okay? We're going through this energy of needing to work smarter, not harder. Remember our birthright of abundance. Stop trying to make new things happen, but really understand the laws of energy and how they work so that we can be the best creators or creatresses that we came here to be. Okay, the King of Swords is the one who's independent, creates strategies, sees them through, gets through any challenges, and we're developing this archetype within ourselves individually and collectively. That's why we're going through this. We need to see that any blockages we're going through, anytime we come into a block in our creative process, anytime we feel frustrated around what we're trying to manifest or create, we can get through it. We have everything we need within us to get through it. And the name of the game is always about alignment. Alignment. Understanding the laws of energy, which is a code of law that is a natural result or byproduct of our oneness. It's natural law that's imprinted in our DNA. And when you understand these natural laws, when you align with the laws of energy, think of like the laws of hermetics, okay? Then you know what to do. Then you know about you. You know who you are. You know what the field is. You know what you're working with. How can you, it's like, man, know thyself. How can you work with a reality you know nothing about? If you don't understand what the fabric of reality is and how you are one with it, how all things are interconnected, if you don't remember those universal truths and you don't stand on them, I mean, they need to be your absolute foundation. If you don't do that, then how are you going to succeed? There will be holes in your foundation, okay? So to the degree that you make your foundation one of universal truth will be equal to the degree that you are successful, that you continue to ascend, transcend challenges, be successful, reach new levels of prosperity, radiate more and more light. That's how you work smarter, not harder, when you have a foundation that is set in universal truth. Okay, so we're developing this archetype within us. We're activating the King of Swords, the one who can get through any challenge, any roadblock. So when you come to these frustrations, when you come to these challenges in your creative process, in this earthly realm, why can't I fix this in this relationship? Why can't I get that raise? Why can't I find the right job? Why can't I manifest the right living situation, etc., right? When you come to these frustrations, remember, yes, I do have what I need within myself. It's about alignment. Let me not try to create that situation. Let me tune into the absolute truth that it already exists. And when I let go of the how and the where and the when, right? Because those are all temporary things. The how, the where, the when, those are all based on time and space. And that's an illusion. There's only one here now, one eternal here now. So when we base our decisions on temporary things, then our results are not sustainable. And on the contrary, when we base our decisions on the eternal, then we go much further with our energy. Then our efforts are infinitely multiplied. Right? So what that looks like is, instead of trying to get that house, manifest that situation, instead, get in touch with the archetype, which is universal, which is eternal, right? These guys are eternal. These gals, they're eternal. Get in touch with that frequency of that archetype, because they represent primordial energies that cannot be touched by time and space. And when you put your eggs in that basket, that's how you go far. That's watering the roots and not the fruits. Okay, so what I mean is, instead of trying to create that situation or wait around for it to manifest, connect to the major archetype within yourself that knows it's on its way, that knows, of course I'm going to have that space, because it's a reflection of my own inner security, my own inner faith and trust in my birthright of abundance. I am a child of the earth and stars. Okay, see, she's in this lush earth setting. She has the starry crown. She knows she came here in balance, a perfect reflection of the earth and stars. She is an embodiment of that. So anytime she faces a struggle in this reality, it's a result of being out of balance, because she is the ultimate embodiment of balance. Okay, so again, instead of going out and trying to make that situation or wait around for it to manifest, understand it already exists. And if you tune into that abundant frequency, if you tune into this part of yourself that knows 100%, of course I will be grounded and rooted and safe and secure. That's my birthright. And you claim that truly, and you rid yourself of any thoughts that are contrary to that, and you fully get on board with that truth, then the house, of course, will appear, and all else that you need, because you are fully in that frequency and not contradicting yourself. And any contradiction, however small, will manifest as a lesson. Why? So that you can simply return to yourself, so that you can simply come back to these archetypes, these primordial frequencies that are the building blocks that make up you. So rely on them, use them, the Archetypal Alliance, these cards, the major archetypes, they are you. They're saying stop trying so hard. Don't try to make that thing. Tune back into the truth, align with the truth that all realities already exist. Come back into your sense of security, your birthright of abundance, who you really are and why you're here. And when you drop back into those truths that all of the circle of archetypes represent, what happens is you drop into your heart, the space of the true self, the space of balance, the space of justice. And from that foundation, everything, anything you could possibly want or need is already on its way. And you know that, and that's why you sow that. You will it. That's real manifestation. Okay, and you might have heard a lot of people talk about, the devil of the new age, how we're not here to manifest this and that, manifest more money and worship idols and blah, 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 blah. And it's true. We don't need to try to create this, create that. If we just always come back into the heart, if we just always come back to the true self, which these cards, these archetypes represent, if we come back to that true and whole sense of self, we're present in that sense of self, then everything flows easier from there. And that is working smarter, not harder. Because you can go and try to manifest this and manifest that. And it's hard to keep up with all the things that not only we need, but like we want, right? Because we're in this world of multiplicity. Everything's fancy and shiny and we want more and need more. But instead we can simplify and just come back to the self, come back to these different facets of the self, the archetypes. Get back in tune, back in touch with what they represent, our wholeness, our truth. And from there, whatever it is we, the true self, really wants or needs, it's already ours. And in that space, you really let go of all these things that you thought you wanted, you thought you needed. They're like no more. And you instantly feel secure. Because the only thing that any of us ever truly want is to be seated in the heart, is to be seated in a space of authenticity, of wholeness, of love, light, truth. And when we get there, which is here now, so you don't need to go anywhere to get here now, it's instant purpose, satisfaction, fulfillment, love. And it's from that space that you create the foundation to manifest all those other things. So just stay there. Just keep returning there. And the ally of the week is the Hebrew letter Mem. You can look it up, M-E-M. And it's the letter that connects to the element of water. And it represents eternal life. It represents the mother of all things. And when we remember the water, we remember our source. We're mostly made mostly of water. And so what does this ally say in reflection of this? It says, remember, we're going through all this to realign with truth so that we can work smarter, not harder. So that we can feel empowered in the face of any challenge. And water softens the entire journey. Water softens the journey. Water is the mother that takes our hand and says, I'm going to make this journey graceful. I'm going to carry you through if you will let me. Me, mother. So bring that element of water, which you already are mostly made of that, into all that you're doing and allow yourself to be carried by the grace of the water that is in the ethers, the water beyond the oceans, rivers, lakes that we see, that we know. I'm talking about the respiration of the Great Spirit. Those waters, the holy water that is not seen by the human eye. And allow that water to carry you through this experience. Remember, it's within all things. This sacred element is within all things. The Mem, mother, is within all things. So tune into that. This process doesn't have to be hard. It's so ironic, right? It's like we're learning how to work smarter, not harder. Well, how do we do that? How do we just make it easy? Make, mother, water. Just get on board, get on the ride. That love, that light, that liquid love, light, water, that sacred water that's within all things, just tap in. It's what you are. It's all around you and within you. So when you tune into that frequency, it's like so profound, right? It's so sacred. And it instantly helps you to release this drive, this need to create or manifest anything, because it already all exists. And we just need to be carried. We just need to go with the flow, water, of what already exists. Go with the current. Don't fight the current. Don't swim upstream. Go with the flow. What is the flow? What is the fabric of reality and the laws, the story it tells in the form of laws, so that you can understand who you are, what this reality is that you're working with, and flow with it rather than resist it. You don't need to try so hard. You need to learn, become aware, self-aware. Man, know thyself. And as you get familiar with those laws, you really do begin to flow, and you do begin to work smarter, not harder, and you do understand your birthright of abundance. So allow yourself to be carried. That's the message of Mem this week. All right, you guys, we got this. Let's work smarter, not harder. Let's base our decisions on things that are beyond time and space. Let's put our faith in the realm of the archetypes, because when we do that, we create a solid foundation where the results that come of our efforts are far more sustainable. Will last well beyond this lifetime, will affect the next generations to come. There's no challenge that we can't get through. The only challenge is ourself in the way, and we're here to conquer nothing but the lower aspects of the self so that we can rise ever higher. And we're going to do that by working smarter, not harder. All right, you guys. Happy new moon. I'll see you next week for the first quarter. Thank you to everybody who ordered my hardcover book, my hardcover copy of the Royal Path 1 second edition. I shipped them all out this week. So if you want one, I have another shipment coming in, and I'll be sending them out soon. So just go ahead and private message me or email me, info@royalpathtarot.com, info@royalpathtarot.com for a copy of my hardcover book. Of course, I have the Royal Path 2 as well. Royal Path 1 is the major arcanum. Royal Path 2 is on the minor arcanum. And it's for anybody who wants to begin to understand the self and the archetypes that make up this reality and this self. And if you're wanting to get personal and do a little one-on-one reading, I am available for live readings or recorded readings. So if you have any questions about that, please email me, info@royalpathtarot.com, or private message me. And thank you for your donations. My Venmo is Rebecca-Magic with the CK. I appreciate all of you. You know who you are. Everybody who's been giving back for these activations. Thank you for your gifts. And also a great gift, you guys, is just leaving me a review. Facebook.com/RoyalPathTarot. You can leave a star rating, or just email me some words. Email me how these activations have helped you, how they've made you feel. Alrighty. Aloha, shalom. I'll see you next week. Peace.